But things got progressively worse, and there was a time where I was going back and forth from Atlanta to Birmingham, selling a lot of different drugs and into a lot of different things. And there was one night when I had come back from Birmingham. I was in my little red sports car, and coming back from Leeds, coming in 411, and it was raining about like it was today, and I was clicking along about 100 miles an hour in my little car, and it was, had been pretty high for a couple of days. And when I stopped over a little ridge, suddenly this stop sign just moved right past me, and all I could see then is come over the hill was just a fence out there and a ditch. And I remember laying over in my car and coming up in the air, and next thing I know, I'm spinning around and around. My car hit something and I stopped. Well, it was pitch dark and rainy, and I can't see where I'm at. I don't know what I've done out here. And all I hear is cows moving, so I figured I'd run over a cow. I waited about 30 minutes and finally saw a light in the distance, and I could see where the road was, so I went running toward that car, and they took me home. And the next day, I go out there to get my car, and there's a farmer out there, and my car had hit a fence post and knocked it over. And I told him that, I hadn't had an accident here. And he said, yeah. I said, is this your place? I said, I'll be happy to pay for the fence post. He said, yeah, it's my place. I said, well, sorry, I just didn't see that stop sign. I just came over into your place. He says, yeah. He says, people do that about every couple of months. He says, you're the first guy that's ever jumped the fence. So I actually cleared the fence and gone over in there. So my car was messed up. So a couple of days later, I've got another trip. I need to go to Birmingham. So I tried to get my mother's car. Well, she's not going to let me have her car. Well, I steal it anyway. Well, at this point in my life, things had really hit rock bottom. I can remember on the way to Birmingham, I'm going down the road. And as I'm going down the road, suddenly my whole life starts to flash before my eyes. I see where I had been in high school, a pretty popular guy, and people like me. I had a lot of different friends. Suddenly I've got a lot of different friends now. My life is in the gutter, and I began to shake. And I felt like I was almost having a nervous breakdown. And so, I realized, family couldn't help me. They tried to help me. Friends certainly couldn't help me. And so I pulled up the side of the road, shaking, and I'm sitting there. And the only thing I could think to do at that point in time was call out to God. And so I began to call out to God. And I was making a lot of vain promises. You'll do this, I'll do that. I'm making all of these promises to God, knowing that, all I wanted was peace at that one time in my life. But for some reason, a calm came over me. I became very calm, relaxed, and I went on to Birmingham. I didn't stop doing a lot of things that I had been doing at that point in time. But from that point in time in my life, things were never the same. I would continue to do some drugs, but every time I was with them, I couldn't wait to get back. Couldn't wait to get back straight. So I started getting off the hard drugs and continued to smoke pot. Well, it was about this time that I met my wife, Kim. And I could see in her, she was a little younger than I. I could see in her that she was doing some of the same things that I had been doing. So I was concerned for her, and we started dating. And I had a nephew at the same time also that was doing some of the same things. He'd been seeing his uncle and got involved in those social actions. So I was concerned about them. And so I started helping them and trying to get them to quit doing a lot of things that they were doing. And so later on, Kim and I got married after about a year. And, we continued to smoke pot. We weren't doing any hard drugs. We still had a lot of the same friends and that sort of thing. After about 6 months getting married, then suddenly things started to be a little rough. We really weren't very happy with each other. We were talking about divorce. And so for some reason I thought, well, maybe if we went to church, that would make a difference in our life. So I mentioned that to Kim. She says, it's amazing. I was just thinking the same thing. So we started checking out church. her mother was a member of the Church of God over in Alabama City, so we went there. We went to churches over in East Gadsden. We went to a number of different churches, and those people just weren't like me. You know, there was something different about those people, and so I never was satisfied. I just couldn't find the right church. And we were living over in East Gadsden, and there was a group of men from First Baptist that came to business and wanted us to consider joining a Sunday school class at First Baptist. So we thought, well, we haven't been there. We'll try that. So we told them that we'd try, and they put our name down and told us they would meet us when we got to church. Well, we waited a few weeks. And in the interim time, we got a box offering card. So I told Kim, I said, hey, they don't want us to go to church. They just want our money. So that was out a little bit. Well, Ben Weaver worked for us, and I was working at Dawson at that time. And Ben said, Jim, that's just a normal thing, anybody that joins the Sunday school class gets cards. He said, come join us anyway. So I did. Tim and I went ahead, we went to Sunday school at First Baptist, and we were in this class with Ann Cushing, and there were a lot of couples in there, Ricky Johnson, Marcia Johnson, Ricky and Francie Van, and different ones. Great couples, and so we enjoyed it. But I can remember coming back to the house and telling Kim, these are great people. They're just almost too happy. There's something different about these people. I don't know what it is, but they're nice. But so anyway, we continued to go and continued to check it out. And of course, we'd come home sometimes. Oh, Father, we've been to church. That wasn't good.